वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. Dear brothers and sisters, today in the course of my post on uniqueness of Sikhism, my subject is Indo-Chinese War 1962. You must be thinking that how this war can have unique features when India had lost this war and China had won it. We all know this, that why this war was lost. It was mainly because the Indian army was not yet prepared by that time when China suddenly attacked India. There had always been a dispute on the borders between these two countries, which have been friends also for many years, because these are the one of the two older these are two oldest civilizations. And I remember that an agreement was reached even with Khalsa Raj. When Khalsa Raj was there under the rule of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, they had their borders attached with them, China, and then there was an agreement regarding borders. It shows that there had always been some dispute regarding borders between India and China. However, when India became independent, efforts were made by the governments to have cordial relations with China and sort out all the matters regarding border disputes by negotiations. Chinese Prime Minister Chou Enlai had also visited India and talked with Nehruji, who was the Prime Minister at that time, and Hindi Chini Bhai Bhai. The slogan was given and became very popular. But it was all of a sudden in 1962, in the month of October, that China attacked India. So our army was not yet prepared. Further, we didn't have any sophisticated weapons. Our weapons were old and were not in use for a long time. So the same were old and unusable. It is because of these reasons that we had lost the war. But even then, this war is highly significant because it displayed that how valiant and how brave our soldiers were. All the Indian soldiers had fought bravely, even without good weapons. They had to kill the Chinese in combats, and single-handedly they did this. They killed so many people, and that is why the exemplary courage and the bravery shown by them makes this war very significant and unique. Further, it taught us that if we want peace, it's a very important saying. If we want peace, we have to be prepared for war. We were not prepared, so at that time we could not win. But our bravery shown by our soldiers was exemplary, and it had it not been there, then the Chinese would have caused a greater loss to us because many of the territories went to them. But if we had not fought like this vigorously and our soldiers had just surrendered, then they would have captured many areas of Indian land. So that is why we can say that this war is significant. Now, the soldiers who fought, Indian soldiers who became heroes of this Indochina war, included some Sikh soldiers also. And these soldiers showed such a courage and determination as usual that they became exemplary and their performance became unique. One of these persons whose name deserves to be mentioned above all is Joginder Singh. He was awarded Paramveer Chakra after the war. He had to fight with the Chinese because he was commanding a platoon and his platoon had only 20 to 22%, whereas Chinese attacked that post where he was. When the Chinese attacked Mulak Tongla and they were moving toward Ladakh, So on the way, this post was there, which was being controlled by this brave soldier, and then there was a fight between the Chinese and the Indian, and in that fight, in that battle, the valor shown by Sir Joginder Singh and his men is worth. When the Chinese thrust commenced along the Himalayan frontier on October 20th, 1962, Subedar Joginder Singh of the first six was holding the high ridge near Tongpengla with his platoon. He had, as I have told you, he had only a few persons, say about 20 to 23. But the attackers were more than 200 in number. He had already proclaimed that so long as there was life in him, no Chinese forces would dare advance in his sector. He went on enthusing his men with the shouts of Bole Sonihal, Sat Sri Akal, and repulsed two attacks of the Chinese. It's wonderful to note that sometime this slogan of Bole Sonihal, Sat Sri Akal even frightened the Chinese, and they just went back from the post, and two times it happened that they went there, went back, and then came again. When in the third attack they came with many more persons, the brave lion, although wounded in the thigh, refused to be evacuated and went on fighting till last. It was during this battle that the Chinese overpowered, and then Joginder Singh was captured as prisoner of war. It was in their custody that he died because of heavy wounds on his body and the climatic conditions, and further he could not get good treatment from the Chinese, so he died there. The Indian government honored him posthumously with Paramveer Chakra. Further, the Shipping Corporation of India named one of its ships after his name, Subedar Joginder Singh. And then we have a statue also of this brave soldier at near DC's office at Moga. In addition, a Punjabi feature film was made on his life after his name. So all these honors, and further he got many other honors also posthumously. Further honors, and all these honors show that how brave Sir Joginder Singh was and how he fought with the Chinese. He single-handedly killed many Chinese. It is stated that when he was unable to use the weapon, he used his machine gun, and with that, inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy, he just went ahead. But with their superiority in number, the Chinese were able to press home their assault and were soon in the forward trenches. In spite of the near impossible situation, this JCO personally led the remaining few men with fixed bayonets and charged the enemy. The inevitable happened, and the position was soon overrun and he was captured. So we can say that whatever he did, it was unique in the history of warfare, particularly in this war of Indochina, which unfortunately we lost, but certain persons like Joginder Singh immortalized their names. I have still to speak further on this war because we have a very important battle, the Battle of Walang, but that we will be discussing in the next post. Till then, I take your leave. Kindly go on liking these posts and subscribing to this channel, Uniqueness of Sikhism. I shall be grateful. Thank you very much. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.